Hi, I'm here to talk to you today about veganism. Veganism is on the rage in today's society, and for a good reason, actually. It's an easier way than cutting down on flights or even buying an electric car. A vegan diet is better for the environment. That's why I'm here to talk to you. There are many reasons why, such as what impacts our current diet does, or the effects of animal agribusiness, or even how this all relates to us. A vegan diet has less of an environmental impact. According to an article by Independent on how veganism is the single biggest way to reduce our environmental impact, it stated that avoiding consumption of animal products delivers far better environmental benefits than trying to purchase sustainable meat and dairy. And I actually found another article by Mercy for Animals on a vegan diet's environmental impact that it said basically the same thing. Carbon dioxide emissions from raising farmed animals make up about 15% of global human-induced emissions, with beef and milk production as the leading culprits. It also affects the land. The Mercy for Animals site also states that if everyone ate plant-based diets, global land use could be reduced by 75%. That's comparable to the size of the US, China, Australia, and the whole European Union combined. So all of our limited natural resources are being exploited. That goes into my next point, water. A lot of fresh water that's available, it's available for global consumption and is mostly used for animal agribusiness. In an article by Global Citizen on 9 ways veganism is helping the planet, it stated that livestock guzzles more fresh water than anything else and is one of the biggest polluters. More livestock that's replaced with plants equals more water for us. Water pollution is a big problem, and the leading cause is animal agribusiness. This is what I mean when I'm saying animal agribusiness. This is basically what it looks like. You may have driven by it. It's just livestock being raised for food. So even leading into an even bigger reason, animal agribusiness. It's probably the biggest cause of greenhouse gases. Farm animal waste not only pollutes water, but most definitely generates GHG emissions, greenhouse gas emissions. As said in the Mercy for Animals article, that it said that raising animals for food produces more greenhouse gases than cars, planes, and other forms of transportation combined. This also leads into climate change. Raising animals for food is terrible for the planet and undoubtedly adds to the ever-growing problem of global warming and climate change. Since livestock requires a significant amount of natural resources and plays a major role in GHG emissions, and it in turn produces methane and nitrous oxide, and ultimately raising global warming rates. That's probably the two biggest impacts from it, but there's also other problems like habitat loss or even ocean dead zones. Ocean dead zones are literally areas of the ocean that don't have enough oxygen in the water to support life. And probably the biggest reasons are deforestation. A non-vegan diet leads to deforestation in like rainforests, stuff like that, the Amazon. In an article by Your Daily Vegan on veganism and the environment, it stated that raising animals for food uses 45% of Earth's total land and is responsible for 91% of all Amazon destruction, with 1 to 2 forests cleared every second. This is the Amazon right here, and this is just like one patch of land that's cleared. They're gonna clear more, but that just shows you how much one part of land can be cleared, and that's in the Amazon, like a rainforest. And this type of deforestation releases crazy amounts of carbon into the atmosphere. And my next point, the water cycle. I'm pretty sure you guys know what the water cycle is. We need that to live. And in the Daily Vegan article, it also states that trees help perpetuate the water cycle by absorbing rainfall and returning water. This is a tree's role in the whole water cycle. Our trees can't do their job if they don't exist. See, because trees are very important for the water cycle. We need the water cycle to live, or for the environment. And you might be thinking, like, how does this relate to me? Why do I care? Our trees are like the lungs of our planet. If we keep harming them, like what does that mean for us? what's not good for our planet isn't good for us. Like whether it be for global warming or climate change. Like I'm a fan of air. Like I like to breathe. So that's basically why you should switch to veganism. But overall, I gave you very true and valid reasons for switching to a vegan diet, because I've showed you the kind of environmental impacts it causes if we don't, the effects of animal agribusiness, and why we should care, like what it means for us overall. So if we do this, we could actually reduce our carbon footprint by 73%. So we can make a change by just changing our eating habits. Thank you.